Hi everyone, my name is Christiana Lariwad from Nigeria, and I want to use this moment to appreciate the caucus for women in statistics and data science for this privilege and the opportunity to speak on bridging the gender gap in statistics education strategies for more women to pursue studies in statistics and data science. Okay, so the field of statistics and data science are vital for the advancement of technology and the society. But despite the significance, women are still underrepresented in these fields. Statistics is one of the most dreaded courses for students around the globe, especially in Nigeria, where more men are more likely to pursue it more than women. So many women are discouraged by the perception that statistics is too difficult or not suited for them. But we can start to shift the narrative and encourage more women to pursue the study of statistics by addressing these underlying causes and developing more encouraging techniques for inspiring and supporting more women to pursue statistics and careers in statistics and data science. So I'll just start by introducing with a quote by Sheryl Sandberg, which says, "We need more women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation, to make sure women's voices are heard and heeded, not overlooked and ignored." Historically, women are expected to prioritize family and domestic duties while men took on roles as breadwinners and leaders in the society. And this results in unequal access to education for women, limiting their opportunities for personal and professional growth. So in statistic education, the gender gap becomes particularly more evident, and fewer women enroll in statistics program and even fewer graduates, especially in the parts of the country where I am. There are fewer women enroll in statistics program. Not all of them that enroll actually eventually graduate at the end. So this presentation analyze the nuances of this disparity. We consider the factors and also the strategies to combat the disparity. So, but before then, I'll firstly share with us some findings from recent research. From a research done by Dali in 2020, women in science and technology, engineering and maths, which is coined as STEM fields. From this pie chart, you can see that there are only 47% of women in the US workforce, while there are only 53% of men in the US workforce. And also in top tech companies, there are 34.4% of women in the tech companies, and there are 65% of men in the tech companies. This shows how wide the gender gap is between men and women in the field of data science and statistics. The gender gap, which results from data collection, also by a research done by Sparba et al. In 2022, shows that there is a research done from data collection biases favoring male perspectives, and it also hampers effective decision making. So initiatives aimed at increasing female representation in data collection can help mitigate this issue by collecting effective data, by performing effective data collection, and also workshop framed as research tool session rather than programming focus can attract more women, as evidenced by a workshop where 83% of participants identified as women. And this approach reduced barriers and encouraged female engagement in data science. Also, from these bar charts, it can be deduced that women constitute less than 40% of data scientists, with significant disparity in the promotion rate in online communities like Cargo, while men constitute more of the data scientists. So while efforts to bridge the gender gap are underway, challenges still persist, particularly in changing the cultural norms and biases with both educational and professional environments. So addressing these issues requires commitment and innovative strategies. we'll first look at the success stories of women in statistics and data science. And this was coined from the American Statistical Association website, in which they celebrated statisticians, 20 top female statisticians in 2019. And I've sampled 5 of the female statisticians out of the 20. And the first person on my list is Professor Goldberg Amanda. She's a professor of biostatistics and an associate dean of academic affairs in the University of Arkansas. She has authored 2 recent books. One is an edited book that aims to inspire women and men statisticians to identify as leaders and pursue lifelong developing of their leadership and competencies. So the book Leadership and Women in Statistics is a first on statistical leadership. And also, she also published a second book titled Equivalence, Elizabeth L. Scott at Berkeley. So the second person on my list is Jo Harding. She's a professor of mathematics, Pomona College, and she has been honored with so many awards in 2018, 2014, and 2007. Recently, Jo has been involved in cohort programs designed to improve success rates for students traditionally underrepresented in statistics college and mathematics. And she is the mentor for a group of students from the Chicago Public School District. She also started a program at the Pomona College, which she called Pomona Scholars of Mathematics, and it was designed to build community and support students who are navigating college mathematics. And quite few number of these students are now in graduate programs in the mathematical sciences. So there is also a great woman here. It's Stephanie. Is an assistant professor in the Department of Biostatistics at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. She's a faculty member of the Johns Hopkins Data Science Lab and also a co-founder of Our Ladies Baltimore. Our recent research focused on developing statistical methods, tools, software for the analysis of genomics data. And our research addresses statistical challenges in epigenomics, functional genomics, and single-cell genomics, and analysis of noisy high-throughput data leading to an improved quantification. She has also been given awards from the National Human Genome Research Institute. And I also have with me here the chief statistician of the US Office of Management and Budgets. When she first started her career, she was often the only woman in the room, and she have had a few firsts in her career. She was the first program examiner at the Office of the Management and Budget to work part-time after returning from maternity leave. She was also the first female deputy director at the Census Bureau. But times have really changed. So she has also contributed to the future of statistics and data science, and she has been a good role model and mentor. And lastly, I have Mark Chilvry Ellen. Okay, we have Mark Chilvry Ellen from the International Statistical Institute from Queensland University of Technology. And she's the second female and second Australian to be the president of the ISI in its 130-year history. She was an inaugural Australian Senior Learning and Teaching Fellow and the first female president and honorary life member of the Statistical Society of Australia. She also chaired the Australian Conferences on Teaching Statistics, served as president of the International Association for Statistical Education, and she has worked in teaching, and also she has published several textbooks, book chapters, keynotes in this field. So now we are going to consider factors contributing to gender disparity. What are the factors that contribute to gender disparity in this field? And the first one here is societal norms and expectation. Societal norms and expectation play a significant role in discouraging girls and pursuing statistic education. So the truth is there are some expectations that society has from girls and females, and this discourage girls to pursue statistic education. Also, gender stereotypes and biases often lead to girls being steered towards other fields that are more suitable for them. If there are biases in the field, and also they perceived the field is not suitable for them, they often are steered towards other fields that they perceive that they are more suitable for them. Issues of access to quality education, especially in rural areas, yes, especially in underrepresented countries, underrepresented areas, also affect girls and limit their opportunity to study statistics. So the fourth one is discriminatory practices in educational institutions, such as unequal treatment of boys and girls. It discourages girls from entering statistics program. If there are unequal treatments, there are discriminatory practices, it will discourage girls from entering statistical programs. And also family responsibility and societal pressures to prioritize marriage. Pressures to prioritize marriage and childbearing over education can hinder girls to pursue in pursuit of statistics education. Limited exposure to STEM fields in early education can deter girls. So if girls are not exposed to STEM fields in their early stage of their career or in the early stage of their education, it will limit them from developing an interest in statistics and other related disciplines. So what are the effects of gender disparity on the workforce in statistical related fields? Gender disparity results in a lack of diversity in the statistics workforce. It can also limit innovation and creativity in problem solving within the field. Data science and statistics is a field that requires innovation and creativity, which also contributes to problem solving. Organization may miss out on the unique perspective. Yes, there are unique perspective that is required of female statistician that females can bring into an organization or an industry. And if this is not allowed, organization will miss out of this unique idea. Gender disparity can perpetuate stereotypes and biases in the workplace. It will also lead to fewer female leaders and role models in statistics related field. So there are some initiative and interventions that are already bridging the gap in statistics and data science. And CWS, Caucus for Women in Statistics and Data Science, is one of them, with a vision to create a world where women in the profession of statistics and data science have equal opportunity and access to influence policies, decisions in their workplaces, in industries, and even in their communities. Organizations such as WSDS are dedicated to empowering women and girls in the field of statistics. Also, a non-profit organization, which is Girls Who Code, is a nationwide program that aims to close the gender gap in technology and statistics through different scholarship and workshops. The Anita Borg Institute offers scholarship and mentorship opportunities for women that pursue statistical education, and also STEM programs in schools actively recruit and support female students interested in statistics education. So finally, what are the strategies that we need to use to encourage more women to participate in statistics and data science? So there is a quote by Istremol Aivo, which says, information leads to transformation, and if you are not inspired by being informed, you will be inspired by becoming deformed. So we can't have a pipeline of women in data science careers without first attracting them into the field. So the first step is to look for a way to attract these women into the field. And the first strategy here is inclusion of statistics and data science within the education curricula. Yes, there are some schools left, industry institutions, colleges that are yet to have statistics and data science in their curricula. So we need to also get the word out that data scientists can work in many fields, interdisciplinary and broad application, that statistics and data science is applied in every sector, whether healthcare, government, business, economics, in every sector, that we are so unique that we can function in every sector. We also need to create positive social images around women in data science. Yes, we need to create positive social images that they can achieve a career in statistics. It is not as difficult as they perceive. It is possible for them to acquire a career in these fields. And also, after we have encouraged them, we have brought them into the field, we need to strategize a way of advancement and retention of women in statistics and data science. How can we advance them in their career? And also, as a woman, celebrate your wins and your achievements. This will encourage others. Also, celebrate your fellow woman, celebrate their wins and achievements. Organizations should also partner with schools to provide scholarship for girls that are pursuing statistics education. Initiatives should also focus on mentorship and career guidance for women interested in statistics and data science. So workshops and seminars that are tailored to encourage women to pursue statistics and data science is also of help, and a strategy to bring more women into the field of statistics and data science. Information technology, communication technology, which is ICT, is a valuable resource for women's empowerment. Of course, statistics and data science is not only a theoretical field, is a field of practical applications. So, and this will help them to be able to function very well in this field. So, and finally, I will close by borrowing some of Professor Blackwell and President Obama's words as said in ASA presidential address in 2011. We are a key to innovation, and we have much to celebrate in terms of diversity in all its forms, whether gender, backgrounds, preferences, abilities, and sectors we represent, and celebrate all our contributions to advancing science. Also, recognize we have so much to accomplish together. So let us continue to promote the practice and profession of statistics by encouraging more women involvement, and let us go make a change. Thank you. Thank you so much for the session. Thank you for listening, and thank you once again to the Caucus for Women in Statistics and Data Science.
Are you able to see the questions in the chat? One of the questions is, have you been able to access mentoring and career development advice?
Yes, I've been able to access mentoring and career development advice, and I've found it easy to access. Yes, I have mentor in my field, statistics, from where from my university, and it has been easy for me to access mentor, and it has helped me a lot in my career journey. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? I don't know if you can see the chat, but it also says, excellent talk, by the way, and I agree.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, if there aren't any other questions, then maybe we can just start working on transitioning to the next session, which will begin at 2:30. But the chat is still open.